Hello everybody, my name is Pixie People, welcome back to the channel, welcome to the channel if you're new, and today we're going to continue the what if from yesterday. Just want to say, almost at 100 subscribers, 4 away, so I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe, and hit the post notification bells and like the video, and comment something, I don't care. Anyways, I should get in the what if. So we continue what if after Deku has, mopped up Ida and Bakugo, and yeah, he just goes home afterwards. Next day, Aizawa says that tomorrow they're gonna go to the USJ. So Deku just goes home and asks the nun lady to sign this for him because technically she's his legal guardian. So she does it, and then he goes off. Then he lays back into his room because he's actually the main person that gives the orphanage money. So they gave Deku a room because, he's the whole reason they're even still up. Then we see Deku lay down and just sleep. Next day, he gets to school and sees everyone wearing their hero outfits, so he gets his on. But instead of the shades, he actually puts on a mask. He can see through this mask, not like Gojo's. A Gojo wore it to protect his eyes. Deku just wears it because something new to his outfit. And he also brushes up his hair, so he looks more like Gojo. And then everyone says his outfit looks a bit more flashier than yesterday. And then everyone goes on talks about whose quirk is the strongest. And people say not Deku really, but the way he uses it is pretty strong. But if they had to go by actual strength, they'd go with Bakugo. But the only reason they say he's the best is because of his personality. Because if we look at personalities, Todoroki would win pro hero wise. There. So they get to the USJ, getting out and standing and waiting till the black hole lady, explains how quirks can be dangerous. So after she's done talking, Deku looks down, kind of like foresight, looking down, and sees the portal open up. So Deku looks at the portal and then announces that he sees it. Aizawa then looks next and sees the portal. Then he jumps down to go fight them. But Deku, not wanting to wait around, because he knows how groups of things can go really badly for one guy. Because he's seen a cursed spirit jump a dude, and guy couldn't do anything. Because he's seen one cursed spirit not be really a problem to one guy, because they're able to just run away from it. But for multiple, then it's bad. So Deku flies down and lands, and then he pressurizes a couple characters into a group. Then he reds them, blowing them all into blowing them out of the clumped up space, smashing into other characters, which actually takes out a large margin. Then Deku blues, grabbing multiple, then using his telekinesis to use the blue to manipulate the group to smash into the ground. Aizawa, basically Deku got this, he backs up, and every single one that tries to get Deku, Aizawa kicks their ass. Then Shigaraki, seeing this, getting annoyed, tells the Nomu to kill that guy. So the Nomu flies over and goes to punch Deku, but Deku blocks it, slightly skidding back because it's the Nomu. Nomu's strong. Then Deku, realizing something tried to punch him, he looks behind him. By the way, Deku was looking not in the direction of the Nomu. So Deku looks behind him. Then he puts 2 fingers behind his shoulder, doing a red. This then shoots the Nomu all the way back, crushing it into the ground, making it slide. Then the Nomu gets up and goes for another attack. Deku dodges it and then does a blue to bring the Nomu into Deku's fist. By the way, his dodge was like really, like he flew back to dodge it. Then he did a blue to bring in the Nomu. And Deku socked in the stomach, pushing it back. Then he used his pressure to keep it in place, then bends it down by walking towards it, making it eat the ground. Then he keeps standing on the Nomu and actually starts to kneel down. And then the Nomu gets even more pressurized into the ground. Then we see the Nomu get splatted and into paste. Just like Gojo did to that one monster that Yuji and Todo jumped in the anime. So the Nomu gets evaporated and Deku stands up from the mush, then looking over to Shigaraki. With Shigaraki not able to see that because he has a mask on. So Shigaraki just leaves, enraged. Yeah. So Deku just leaves afterwards, just going up the stairs and talks to Aizawa, who is also upstairs after seeing Deku kill the Nomu. And Aizawa tells Deku that was unnecessary, with Deku saying that thing didn't have a brain to begin with. Aizawa thinking about it, thinking that Nomu did not look anywhere close to something that was living. So Aizawa just leaves it alone. Then Deku just goes home and just sleeps. A week later, Deku gets back to UA, and it shows that they're going to do a sports festival, and Deku doesn't care, but he'll participate anyways. So, yeah. So he goes into the room where the thing is about to do. I'm just going to skip where they set it up. Deku just goes there. They get ready. So they're all about to run, but Deku just plans on just dashing forward, flying over. Doesn't care what place he gets, he just plans on flying over everything. So the thing starts and Deku does like a leaping move and then flies pretty quickly, but not outpacing anyone by any means. So he's kind of keeping pace with Baku and Todoroki, but not first in the pace. So they get there towards the end, because Deku's flying. There's nothing really entertaining about that. He just flies over everything. And then Todoroki and Baku will see the ending with mines, and Deku just shrugs, realizing this is going to be a piece of cake, because he can fly. So Bakugo and Todoroki decide they're going to stay up, catching up with Deku, so Bakugo shoots himself to air, blowing himself forward, and Todoroki shoots eyes to skate across. And Deku just keeps flying, but Bakugo and Todoroki are close behind. But eventually they get to the finish line, and I think Todoroki makes it in, because Bakugo has to be really precise with explosions, with Todoroki just having to shoot his eyes. By the way, Deku isn't taking this really seriously. But anyways, it is announced Todoroki has the 10 million points. 10,000? 10 million? Who just cares? So Todoroki scoffs like he doesn't care. So Todoroki's group that were in his original join him. Bakugo does his group. And I think Deku just also groups up with the original group, because I don't want to do any new characters. So Deku gets on top of the shoulders with his headband. Him immediately getting charged by a person because he got third place. But Deku just blues them, collapsing the whole thing under them, and they get knocked out. I'll say that team was Shinso's team. Because I say so. Then, Deku just reds or blues anyone that gets close to him. So Todoroki and Baku just stay away from him. Because they're not going to risk that. So the whole round is just Deku bluing and redding and everyone who gets close. But, of course, most of those groups stay up. Then, time runs out, and Deku gets off everyone and thanks them for holding him up. So they say it's okay. They wanted to win anyway, so they just picked the strongest, I guess. Then Deku walks off and waits for the, he just waits in his room till he gets his name called. So his name is called, he walks out, and Monoma's there. Again, Deku doesn't care whatever this guy has to say, so he just flies over to Monoma, does a spin kick, and kicks him out of the ring. With Monoma not being able to react at all, getting smashed into the ring, being shot completely. Yeah. Then Deku just walks out of the ring again, waiting in his room again. Feeling the tremor of Todoroki's ice glacier, whatever. Then Deku just waits till everyone other fights comes, and then his name gets called again, and he walks out to see Todoroki. And Todoroki, being, him, he's not going to use his fire sign. Deku doesn't care, though. He's very uninterested, because everyone's so weak to him. So the battle begins, and Todoroki sends an ice blast, but Deku just flies out of its range. Then Todoroki sends an ice blast from that ice blast he just sent. But Deku just protects his leg, then smashes it out with more pressure. Then Deku slides down with his hands in his pockets that he asked for. Then he uses pressure to topple Todoroki's legs to make him take a knee. Then Deku slides on Todoroki, landing on the actual ground, then spin kicking him. But Todoroki catches himself, not like Monoma. Then Todoroki sends out an even giant, the same kind of ice blast that he sent out against Zero, but Deku just uses his pressure again. And then Deku pressurizes himself enough to just walk right through the ice. Then Deku just flies towards Todoroki with his hands still in his pockets. Then he steps onto his shoulder, then on his face, to then jump off it. Then Deku takes his hands out of his pockets and sends out a red, which slams Todoroki into the ground. And Deku lands and grabs Todoroki's leg, more ankle than leg. Then tries to toss him out of the ring again, but Todoroki catches himself again, but smashing into it instead of sliding on it. Slides down it. Todoroki slides down it, recovering from it. Then him getting irritated and telling Deku to take this seriously. And Deku says, "You take it seriously." Not because he wants Todoroki to actually take it seriously, he just wants Todoroki to see that they're doing the same thing. So this makes Todoroki get a flashback, and remember that his quirk is his. Nothing because of what Deku said, just because he realized it. So Deku sees Todoroki send out a buttload of flames at him, but, he just blocks it again, flying through it, gut checking Todoroki. But Todoroki shoots out another fire blast, and again, Deku doesn't care. Then Todoroki sends an ice punch, which actually goes through his thing, which he wasn't expecting. And the reason he got the reason Todoroki got through it is because Todoroki wasn't really caring, but Todoroki hit him with something he wasn't expecting. So then Deku reels back with an iced rib. Then Shotoki sends an ice patch, which actually covers half of Deku's body, but Deku just does a red, blowing that off. Then Deku spins around, Todoroki kicking him in the neck. Then he spins around, landing on his leg, sweeping Todoroki, making him land on his head. Then Deku does a handstand, then lands on him with his leg. Then Deku uses pressure to slam Todoroki's head into the ground, like an ostrich. Deku grabs Todoroki's ankles again, by standing up, grabbing his ankles, then tearing his head out of the ground, then spinning him. Then he throws Todoroki out of the ring again. But before Todoroki can save himself again, Deku is already on him, using a red that pushes him straight out of the ring, slamming him through a wall. And then Deku wins, using a bit more strength than he was expecting. Then Deku leaves again, not caring about the whole theatrics. Then a group of people help Todoroki. And again, Deku just sits in his room, waiting for his name to be called. Then he hears his name against Bakugo, even expecting that, really. Then he exits the room and goes to the arena to see Bakugo. Everyone's rooting for Bakugo here because Deku is boring to everyone. Then the battle begins, and Deku wanted to end quickly, just uses pressure to grab Bakugo entirely, holds a blue up, which catches him and makes him spin. Then Deku manipulates it to send it out of the ring, which actually works, and Bakugo gets eliminated. Then Deku wins with everyone booing because they didn't want Deku to win. Then Deku brushes dust off his uniform. Then he walks out of the ring, with Bakugo fuming, enraged. And just like in the original, he gets contained, not because Todoroki held back on him, it's because Deku won so easily. So Deku stands in the podium, then All Might shows up, gives Deku his medal, and gives him a hug, which Deku doesn't reciprocate in the slightest. He just keeps his hands in his pockets. And I think that's where I'm going to end things. Hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, hit the post notification bells. I feel like Deku is really overpowered, but it's Gojo. How are you not supposed to make Gojo Satoru overpowered in the My Hero Academia verse? But anyways, bye.